Have you ever been jolted awake in the middle of the night by a sudden, painful cramp in your leg? Or maybe you've been out for a walk, feeling good, when suddenly your calf tightens up like a rock, stopping you in your tracks. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Leg cramps become more common as we get older, and they can be frustrating, painful, and even disruptive to our daily lives. But here's the good news. What you eat can make a huge difference. Today, we're talking about 5 powerful foods that can help prevent leg cramps after 60. These foods aren't just good for stopping cramps. They also help strengthen your muscles, improve circulation, and keep your legs feeling strong and energized. And trust me, you'll want to stick around because the last one on this list is a total game changer. Now, before we get into the first food, let's talk about why leg cramps happen in the first place. There are a few key reasons: dehydration, poor circulation, and imbalances in important minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium. As we age, our muscles don't recover as quickly, and if we're not getting the right nutrients, cramps can become a regular and unwelcome part of life. But by adding the right foods to your diet, you can give your body what it needs to keep those muscles relaxed and working properly. All right, let's start with the first food. And this one might surprise you: bananas. You've probably heard that bananas are a great source of potassium, and that's absolutely true. But what makes them really powerful for preventing leg cramps is that they also contain magnesium and vitamin B6. These nutrients work together to help your muscles contract and relax properly. In fact, studies show that people with low potassium levels are much more likely to experience muscle cramps. I remember talking to a friend in his late 60s who used to get terrible leg cramps, especially at night. He started eating a banana every morning with his breakfast, and within a few weeks, he noticed a huge difference. The cramps that used to wake him up at night? Almost completely gone. And the best part, bananas are easy to add to your diet. Have one as a snack, blend it into a smoothie, or slice it onto some whole grain toast with a little peanut butter for a delicious, muscle-friendly meal. Now, if you're thinking, I already eat bananas, but I still get cramps, don't worry. There's more you can do. The second food on our list is something that's packed with muscle-relaxing minerals: spinach. Leafy greens like spinach are one of the best sources of magnesium, and magnesium is a game-changer when it comes to preventing leg cramps. Research from the National Institutes of Health shows that magnesium helps muscles relax and prevents involuntary contractions. That means when you get enough magnesium, your muscles are less likely to seize up and cause painful cramps. And here's something interesting. Many people over 60 don't get enough magnesium in their diet, which could be making their cramps worse without them even realizing it. An easy way to get more spinach? Add it to a salad, mix it into scrambled eggs, or throw a handful into a smoothie. And if you're not a fan of spinach, don't worry. Other leafy greens like kale or Swiss chard have similar benefits. So, we've covered 2 major cramp-fighting foods so far: bananas for potassium and magnesium, and spinach for a powerful dose of muscle-relaxing minerals. But we're just getting started. In the next part of this video, we'll dive into another food that not only prevents cramps, but also improves circulation and reduces inflammation in your muscles. And trust me, this one might be your new favorite snack. All right, now that we've talked about bananas and spinach, 2 fantastic foods for preventing leg cramps, let's move on to another powerhouse that can make a big difference in how your muscles feel: sweet potatoes. Now, you might be thinking, sweet potatoes? Really? But hear me out. These vibrant, delicious root vegetables are packed with potassium, magnesium, and calcium, which are 3 of the most important minerals for muscle function. When your body is low on any of these, your muscles can misfire, leading to those painful cramps that seem to strike at the worst possible moments. I actually know someone who used to struggle with cramps every time she went for a long walk. She tried drinking more water, stretching more often, but nothing seemed to help. Then, she made one simple change. She started having roasted sweet potatoes a few times a week, either as a side dish with dinner or mashed up for lunch. And guess what? Within a couple of weeks, her leg cramps became less frequent, and eventually, they stopped altogether. What makes sweet potatoes even better is that they're rich in complex carbohydrates. Why does that matter? Well, your muscles need fuel to function properly. And if you're not getting enough healthy carbs, they can fatigue more easily, making cramps more likely. Plus, sweet potatoes have anti-inflammatory properties, which means they can help soothe muscle soreness after activity. So if you enjoy walking, gardening, or even just staying active around the house, adding sweet potatoes to your meals can be a great way to keep your legs feeling strong. And speaking of keeping your legs strong, let's talk about another fantastic food: avocados. If you love creamy, delicious foods, this one's for you. Avocados are one of the best natural sources of potassium, containing even more than bananas. But that's not all. Avocados also contain healthy fats that help your body absorb key nutrients more efficiently. Think about it. When you eat foods rich in important minerals, you want your body to actually use those nutrients effectively, right? That's where avocados come in. The healthy fats in them help improve nutrient absorption, meaning your muscles get the full benefits of all the cramp-fighting vitamins and minerals you're eating. Plus, they contain vitamin E, which supports circulation and helps reduce muscle stiffness. A quick and easy way to eat more avocados? Try spreading some on whole grain toast, adding slices to your salad, or mixing them into a smoothie for a creamy texture. And if you're someone who deals with muscle cramps regularly, making avocados a part of your diet could be a game changer. Now, before we get into the final food on our list, let's take a quick step back and talk about one of the biggest reasons leg cramps happen: dehydration. You've probably heard that staying hydrated is important, but did you know that even mild dehydration can make muscle cramps worse? That's because when your body doesn't have enough fluids, it struggles to transport essential minerals to your muscles, making them more likely to spasm. That's why the last food we're going to talk about isn't just food, it's coconut water. Coconut water is one of the best natural sources of electrolytes, especially potassium and magnesium, which help keep your muscles hydrated and functioning properly. Unlike sugary sports drinks, which can spike your blood sugar and cause crashes, coconut water provides a steady stream of hydration without the artificial ingredients. I actually recommended coconut water to a family friend who was dealing with leg cramps, and at first, they were skeptical. They were used to drinking regular water, but weren't seeing much improvement. So, they started drinking a small glass of coconut water each day, especially after exercise or long walks. Within a week, they noticed fewer cramps, better energy levels, and even improved digestion. Now, if you don't love the taste of plain coconut water, don't worry. You can mix it into smoothies, add a splash to herbal tea, or even use it as a base for homemade fruit-infused drinks. The key is to make sure you're getting enough electrolytes along with water so that your muscles stay relaxed and hydrated. So, we've now covered 4 incredible foods that can help prevent leg cramps: bananas, spinach, sweet potatoes, and avocados. And we just talked about the importance of hydration with coconut water. But here's the thing: eating these foods is just one part of the equation. In the next part of this video, we're going to talk about what else you can do to keep your legs strong and cramp-free. We'll go over simple lifestyle changes, easy exercises, and a few little-known habits that can make all the difference. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. So now that we've covered 5 incredible foods that can help prevent leg cramps, bananas, spinach, sweet potatoes, avocados, and coconut water, you might be wondering, is that enough? Well, here's the thing. What you eat plays a huge role in muscle health, but it's only part of the equation. If you really want to keep your legs strong and cramp-free, there are a few simple lifestyle changes that can make all the difference. Let's start with one of the biggest culprits behind leg cramps: lack of movement. Now, you might be thinking, but I move around all day. And that's great. But here's the problem. As we age, we tend to move differently than we used to. We might spend more time sitting, we might avoid certain activities because of joint pain, or we might not stretch as much as we should. And when our muscles aren't being used the right way, they can get stiff, tight, and more prone to cramping. That's why gentle movement, especially stretching, is so important. I know someone in their mid-70s who used to wake up almost every night with painful leg cramps. She thought it was just part of getting older until she started doing a simple 5-minute stretching routine before bed. Nothing intense, just a few easy stretches for her calves and thighs. And guess what? Within a week, her leg cramps were almost completely gone. Just 5 minutes a day made a huge difference. One of the best stretches you can do is the classic calf stretch. Just stand a few feet away from a wall, place your hands against it, and step 1 foot back, keeping it straight while bending the front knee. You should feel a gentle stretch in your calf. Hold it for about 20 to 30 seconds. Switch legs and repeat. Doing this before bed or after a long walk can really help keep your muscles loose and relaxed. Now, stretching is great, but what about exercise? You might be wondering, if my legs cramp up, should I really be exercising more? The answer is yes, but in the right way. A lot of people think they need to go to the gym or do intense workouts to stay healthy, but that's not true. Even light exercise, like walking or doing chair exercises, can keep your circulation flowing, strengthen your muscles, and reduce cramping. In fact, research from the Mayo Clinic found that seniors who do even mild strength training exercises just twice a week reduce their risk of muscle-related issues by nearly 40%. That means fewer cramps, better mobility, and stronger legs for years to come. And the best part? You don't need any fancy equipment. Simple movements like toe raises, where you stand up and lift your heels off the ground, can help strengthen your calves and improve circulation. Speaking of circulation, let's talk about another major reason cramps happen: poor blood flow. As we age, circulation naturally slows down, especially in the legs. If you've ever felt like your feet get cold easily, or your legs feel heavy after sitting for too long, that's a sign your circulation might need a little boost. One easy way to improve circulation? Stay hydrated. I know we already talked about coconut water, but plain water is just as important. A lot of people don't realize they're dehydrated until they start feeling sluggish or lightheaded. But even mild dehydration can make cramps worse because your muscles need fluids to function properly. A good rule of thumb: aim to drink enough water so that your urine is a light yellow color. If it's too dark, you probably need more fluids. Another trick to boost circulation is to elevate your legs. If you've been sitting for a long time, try propping your legs up on a pillow or resting them against a wall for a few minutes. This helps your blood flow back toward your heart and can reduce swelling and cramping. And if you can, try to get up and move around every hour, even if it's just for a minute or two. Now, before we wrap up, I want to talk about one last factor that many people don't think about when it comes to muscle cramps: stress. Believe it or not, stress and anxiety can actually trigger muscle tension, making cramps more likely. When you're stressed, your body produces more cortisol, a hormone that can throw off your electrolyte balance and make muscles tighten up. I know someone who used to get leg cramps all the time, and nothing seemed to work. She was eating the right foods, staying active, drinking plenty of water, but the cramps kept coming. Then, she started practicing deep breathing exercises before bed, just 5 minutes of slow, deep breaths. And suddenly, her cramps became less frequent. It turns out that relaxing her nervous system helped her muscles relax too. So, if you find yourself dealing with leg cramps often, try adding a little relaxation into your routine. Whether it's deep breathing, meditation, or even just listening to calming music before bed, reducing stress can have a bigger impact on your body than you might think. All right, we've covered a lot so far. Foods that prevent cramps, stretching, movement, circulation, hydration, and even stress management. But before we wrap up, there's one final thing you need to know. In the next part, we're going to talk about a simple but powerful daily habit that can keep your muscles healthy, your legs strong, and your energy levels up. It's something that can make a huge difference, and most people don't even realize they're missing out on it. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss this. All right, we've talked about the best foods for preventing leg cramps, the importance of movement, stretching, hydration, and even stress management. But now, let's talk about one final simple habit that can keep your legs strong, your muscles healthy, and your energy levels high. Getting enough magnesium. Magnesium is like the unsung hero of muscle health. Your body needs it for over 300 different functions, including muscle relaxation, nerve function, and circulation. And yet, many people, especially those over 60, aren't getting enough of it. In fact, studies show that nearly half of older adults don't meet their daily magnesium needs, which can lead to muscle cramps, stiffness, and even trouble sleeping. Now, if you've ever woken up in the middle of the night with a cramp that feels like your muscle is twisting itself into a knot, low magnesium could be part of the problem. That's because magnesium helps regulate calcium in your muscles. Without enough magnesium, your muscles can get overexcited and contract too much, leading to those sudden, painful cramps. So, how do you make sure you're getting enough? Well, we already talked about some magnesium-rich foods, like spinach and avocados. But there's another simple way to boost your levels: magnesium-rich drinks. Something as easy as sipping on a warm cup of magnesium-infused tea before bed can help relax your muscles and improve your sleep at the same time. Chamomile tea, for example, is a great natural source of magnesium and has been shown to help with muscle relaxation. Another easy way to increase your magnesium intake: Epsom salt baths. Epsom salt is basically magnesium sulfate, and when you soak in a warm bath with it, your body can absorb the magnesium through your skin. If you ever feel like your legs are extra stiff or crampy, try taking a warm Epsom salt bath for 15 to 20 minutes. Not only will it relax your muscles, but it can also help reduce stress, another bonus for preventing cramps. Now, if you prefer a more direct approach, magnesium supplements can also be helpful. But before adding any new supplement to your routine, it's always a good idea to check with your doctor to make sure it's right for you. So, let's take a step back and look at everything we've covered. We started with 5 powerful foods that help prevent leg cramps: bananas, spinach, sweet potatoes, avocados, and coconut water. Then we talked about the importance of stretching, gentle movement, and hydration to keep your muscles in top shape. We also covered the role of circulation and stress management in preventing cramps. And finally, we just talked about how magnesium plays a key role in muscle relaxation. At the end of the day, preventing leg cramps isn't about doing just one thing. It's about creating small, simple habits that work together to keep your muscles healthy. And the best part? None of these habits are difficult or expensive. You don't need fancy equipment, expensive supplements, or complicated routines. Just a few small changes, like adding magnesium-rich foods to your diet, drinking enough water, stretching before bed, and staying active, can make a huge difference in how you feel every single day. So, if you've ever felt frustrated by leg cramps, just remember, you have the power to take control of your muscle health. Your body is capable of amazing things, no matter your age. The key is giving it what it needs to thrive. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these remedies before? Which one are you excited to try first? Let me know in the comments. I always love reading your stories and experiences. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on staying healthy and active as you age. Thanks for watching, and here's to strong, healthy legs at any age.